Imagine your phone's autocorrect gone wrong, constantly changing your words to something completely nonsensical. It's like having a sneaky craving for junk food. You know it's bad for you, but you keep indulging anyway. So what's the solution? Similarly, to tackle overthinking, we need to identify what's causing our mental bumps and bruises. Hey there, ever had those nights where you just can't shut off your brain? You lie in bed trying to sleep, but your mind keeps racing with thoughts about what you need to do tomorrow and what went wrong today. Yeah, been there, done that, but guess what? There's a way out of that endless loop, and it's called the power of now. Imagine finding a switch to turn off all that mental chatter and finally getting some peaceful shut eye. Sounds good, right? Well, that's exactly what we are diving into today. So get comfortable and settle in as we explore how to quiet that noisy mind and live in the moment. All thanks to the wisdom of the power of now. Let's make bedtime a time of rest, not a battleground with our own thoughts. Let's talk about a common issue troubling many of us: overthinking. Picture your mind like a hyperactive monkey jumping from one thought to another faster than you keep track. It's like having a remote control car with a broken steering wheel. It just keeps racing in random directions. Now think about this way. Imagine your phone's autocorrect gone wrong, constantly changing your words to something completely nonsensical. Frustrating, right? That's what overthinking feels like. Your thoughts veering, of course, leaving you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But here's the kicker. We have grown so used to this mental chaos that we think it's normal. It's like living with a noisy neighbor. We tolerate it because everyone else seems to be dealing with it too. Enter Eckhart Tolle, the wise sage behind the power of now. He argues that our mind have spiraled out of control, and the worst part is we have normalized it. It's like having a sneaky craving for junk food. You know it's bad for you, but you keep indulging anyway. So what's the solution? Well, imagine you keep stubbing your toe on the same piece of furniture every day. Ouch, right? Eventually, you would move the damn thing out of the way to avoid the pain. Similarly, to tackle overthinking, we need to identify what's causing our mental bumps and bruises. So let's grab our mental brooms and start sweeping away the clutter of overthinking. By understanding what triggers our runaway thoughts, we can hit pause on the endless mental chatter and reclaim our peace of mind. Okay, let's break it down into 3 main reasons why we tend to overthink, and then I'll share 5 remedies to help you stop that mental storm. Number 1, future and ego. Picture this. You are scrolling through social media and see someone your age flaunting their flashy car or beautiful partner. Suddenly, you start comparing your life to theirs. Why don't I have those things? You wonder. Your ego feels bruised and jealousy creeps in. You start daydreaming about what life would be like if you had what they do. Maybe you think having those things would fill a gap in your life, make you happier, or boost your ego. But here's the thing. Constantly chasing after material possessions or social status can lead to a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction and anxiety. Now let's connect this with a story about Gautam Buddha. Once a person asked him, "How can I find happiness?" "I want happiness," Buddha responded with a profound insight. "Remove I and want, and you'll be left with happiness." This means that by letting go of ego-driven desires and focusing on the present moment, true contentment can be found. So while it's natural to aspire for a better life, becoming consumed by materialistic cravings only adds to our mental burden. Reason number 2, outer purpose versus inner purpose. Let's dive into the tug of war between outer and inner purpose. You see, our dreams and goals often revolve around outer purposes, those ambitions and plans that propel us forward into the future. We get caught up in the what ifs and what's next, prioritizing future achievements over the present moment. But here's the kicker. While focusing on the future is important, it should not overshadow our inner purpose. The essence of what we are doing right now, it's about embracing the journey, not just fixating on the destination. Think about it this way. If you are constantly preoccupied with future endeavors, you will miss out the richness of the present. Your inner purpose gets drowned out by the noise of tomorrow's to-do list. Yet, the beauty lies in fully immersing yourself in the present moment, in each step you take towards your goal. That's where Tony Robbins comes in with his wisdom. Nothing is more powerful than a deeply rooted soul with a present. It's about anchoring yourself in the now, nurturing your inner purpose, and letting that guide you towards fulfilling your outer purpose, without getting tangled up in overthinking about the future or dwelling on the past.
Reason number 3, the pain of the past. Let's delve into the haunting grip of our past experiences. Picture a child falling down. The immediate reaction from the parents can greatly influence the outcome. If they rush over with concern, the child often bursts into tears. But what if they don't? The child dusts themselves off and carries on undeterred. It's a simple yet profound lesson in resilience. Now consider this. Many of us have endured painful experiences in our past. And how do we cope with these wounds? Well, there are typically 3 approaches. Firstly, some dwell on their past like a broken record, replaying painful memories over and over again. It's like practicing basketball solely in your mind but never stepping onto the court. This constant rumination only deepens the wounds, inflicting needless suffering. Others attempt to bury their past, pushing down negative feelings in a futile attempt to erase them. But as the backward law of psychology suggests, suppressing emotions only gives them strength. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It always resurfaces with greater force. However, this approach often leads to a dead end. Forcefully deleting past experiences only feeds into the negativity, making it stronger and more persistent. So what's the right thing to do? That's where step 3 comes in. Surrender and acceptance. It's about acknowledging that the past is an integral part of our journey, filled with lessons that have shaped us. Whether those experiences brought growth or pain, acceptance allows us to release their hold on us and move forward unburdened. Instead of fighting against our past, we embraced it as an essential part of our story, recognizing the wisdom and strength gained from those experiences. It's a courageous act of surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that acceptance paves the way for healing and growth. Let's explore some remedies to tackle these problems. 5 simple ways to live more in the present and reduce overthinking. Number 1, trying new things. Ever noticed how when you try something new, your mind focuses entirely on that new experiences? You are less distracted. This helps you live in the moment, which is super powerful for stopping overthinking. Think of it like this. Being present in what you are doing right now is like giving yourself the best gift ever. Number 2, talking it out. Instead of keeping everything in your head, try talking to someone about what's bothering you. Sometimes things seem way more complicated in our heads than they really are. Sharing your thoughts with someone else can help you see things more clearly and realize that they are not as big a deal as you thought. Number 3, writing it down. If you don't have someone to talk to, try writing down your thoughts instead. It's like talking to yourself on paper. It can really help you sort through your feelings and stop overthinking. Remember what the author of Getting Things Done says: writing things down is better than keeping them all in your head. Number 4, forgiving yourself and others. It's easy to get stuck thinking about things from the past, especially if they hurt us, but holding on to anger and resentment only weighs us down. Before bed, try forgiving yourself and anyone else who may have hurt you. It might sound tough, but it will give you peace of mind. Number 5, meditation. Ever heard the saying, meditation is the answer to 5,000 problems? Well, it's kind of true. Meditation helps calm your mind and stop all that overthinking. It's like pressing pause on all those thoughts racing around in your head. So give it a try. These are just some tips I picked up from reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's a really powerful book that might make you think differently about things. If you are into that sort of thing, you should check it out.
I hope you guys liked the video. If you find this video informative, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and make sure to click the bell icon to stay updated. And also comment down below which book summary you would like us to cover next. Happy reading!